Welcome to the HyperFast show. On this episode, we are looking at some of the negative headlines we've seen in the news and real estate world when it comes to number of home sales. And we are going to see if this is truly a sky is falling situation or just business as usual. Stand by for the next episode of the HyperFast show. All right, so if you pay attention to the news, and in most cases I suggest you do not, it looks really negative for the real estate world. Headlines like, sales and transactions are down 20%, and is this 2008-9 again? Which, just to say it up front, I do not believe it is, but what is actually happening? So let me share an article here that came out recently by Mike Dupree. He's a really amazing real estate blogger. He's been an Inman speaker before, so I'm going to bring this up. And all right, here's what I'm looking for. So his take on it is that 2021 was the outlier, not 2022. All right, so what do we mean here? Well, you can see, right above 5 million or so homes. That is the historical average of number of home sales per year in the United States. So if you look at this, you'll see 2020 was, really high above that line. 2021 was even higher, over 6 million home sales, record year. So his take on it is that 2021 was the outlier, not 2022. So going back a couple years here, 2020, first year of the pandemic, sales were actually up 9%. So 9% more transactions than the normal year. If you look at 2021, 18% up. All right, so way above in 2021. 2022, although it is down, nearly 20%, from a year ago, 2022 is right at the historical average, or estimated to be, just a percent below. So very close to normal. It's just, people got used to, real estate agents got used to this environment where there were, 10% more deals in 20% more deals in 22. Tons of offers. Buyers were waiving everything. Homes were selling fast, so you could be a buyer agent, you could be a listing agent, and really have low sales skills and still get a lot of business done. And I don't mean this to be negative or offend anyone, so don't take it that way. It was an environment though where good agents did really well, and average agents or less than average agents did okay too. So weird last couple of years, much higher number of sales. The Fed and the government was throwing all this money in there. Like we printed, half the dollars or so that were ever printed in the United States, in the last 2 years. So, inflation was making home prices go up. Interest rates were artificially low. Lots of deals happening, right? Lots of people buying, lots of people selling. 2022 is kind of back to normal. All right. So what does that mean, for real estate agents? Well, the first thing is, I think, interesting part of this article is to look at the commission pool, right? So even though there are less deals, right, than there were a year ago, there's still more commission available to real estate agents, right? Because transactions are down, but prices have gone up a lot in the last 2 or 3 years. So even with less transactions, there are more commissions out there than 2019, than even 2020, and it's only slightly off 2021, which was a record-setting year. So the total commission pool is the same. There's just more agents now, less deals. So what does that mean? I think it means we are switching to an environment where people with high skill sales are going to do well. People that do not have high skill sales are going to struggle. It's they got used to 2021 and 2020. So what does that mean for you as a real estate agent? First of all, the media is wrong, right? The sky's not falling. This is not 2008 or 9. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be prepared for pullbacks, for less deals, for less income, right? I think it's smart business strategy, smart personal financial strategy to get lean, all right? Cut unnecessary expenses, have more in reserves, be cautious, be prudent, all of that good stuff. But from a but I do not think it means 2008 or 9 is here, right? Borrowers are more qualified than they ever have been before, right? Average credit score is in the 740s, close to 750 right now. Back then, it was below 700. You've had people having to put down more equity, right? So you've got better borrowers. They're proving their income. They've got real skin in the game, real cash, in the deals. Less than 1% of homes have negative equity, so people aren't going to be, walking away like they were. So I don't think it's 2008, 9. I do think it's a challenging period though, where affordability is going to become an issue, right? When mortgage rates went from 3 to 6 and now even 7%, that made home ownership a lot tougher for people. But at the same time, rents are going up a tremendous amount, 20%, in some places year over year. I know on some of the rental properties I have they're actually short-term rentals. I've been thinking lately of converting them to long-term rentals because the rental rates have gone up so much. So, I think with the high rents, high inflation, we're kind of in this period where I think there's going to be less deals, but at the same price levels or maybe slightly below. I don't think we're seeing 50% drops in any market or anything near that. We'll see though, but I think as a real estate agent, like I said before, you got to get lean on your expenses, cut out things that aren't working, and really dive into improving your sales skills. This is a market designed for people with high sales skills, which in my mind is a normal market, right? Go out and learn better prospecting techniques. Get better at marketing. I think one of the areas that real estate agents really need to focus on that they probably haven't, a lot of you probably haven't done this the last 2 years, is start getting good at calling expireds and FSBOs, right? There's going to be a lot of agents that take listings at high prices. They don't have the sales skills or the confidence to set the expectations up front with their sellers on what realistic prices are or the proper timing or amount of showings that, without offers that they should go through before, building in price reductions. So if you're going to take listings and you have a seller digging their heels in on price, build in agreed upon times, time periods or number of showings where you will actually drop the price. And I don't think a lot of agents will do that. So I think there's going to be a lot of expireds and withdrawals on the market. So get good at prospecting and marketing for those. Get good at tracking your lead sources, your spend, and focus on the things that have the highest ROI. Take classes. You can go to hyperfastacademy.com and look at our buyer course, look at our seller course. Carrie and I have built tons of content for real estate agents where, we help you improve your day-to-day sales skills, right? Get good at understanding financing, right? There's plenty of, a couple years ago, everyone probably just got a 30-year fixed and that was it. Well, now I think we're going to see a lot more people looking at adjustable rate mortgages or these buy down. There's permanent buy down programs where, instead of negotiating on price, you can get the seller to buy your rate down and that can be permanent. Or there's these 3-2-1 or 2-1 programs where, you get the lower rate for the first 3 years or 2 years, right? And you can combine that with an ARM, especially if you're a first-time home buyer buying a smaller house or a condo, something that you're going to outgrow within 5 years. Like, figure out how to have these conversations with your buyers and learn the finance, learn the different rate programs, and figure out how to save them money, how to project how long they're going to be there, and again, this is stuff that is higher sales skills. You have to bring more value to the deal, bring more value to your buyers and sellers. So the agents that can focus on this, that are going to listen to podcasts like this, or go to hyperfastacademy.com, or anyone else out there. There's tons of, good resources, good places where you can go to get the training. So are you going to do the training to get better? Are you going to put in the time to really refine and hone your marketing and prospecting? Are you going to put in the time to have better conversations and bring more value to your buyers and sellers? If you answered yes to these questions, you will be one of the agents that doesn't just survive, but actually thrives during this changing market. So cut out the negativity. Don't pay attention to the news. Focus on improving your own sales skills, and you can thrive in this market. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of the HyperFast Show. Please remember to share this episode with other people that you think would benefit. Subscribe, leave us comments, feedbacks. We love it when you give us ratings on iTunes. So please, if you're listening to this on iTunes, give us a rating, leave us a review. We always appreciate that. And for those agents out there that are interested in joining me at EXP and lowering your cost that you have to pay your broker, right? Getting the benefits of additional streams of revenue through the revenue share program, and getting access to my coaching as well as another national coaching program, I would be honored if you would choose me as your sponsor. If you want to learn about that, send me a text message at 703-638-4393. I'll see you next time.